Welcome to another episode of On the Clock. We're here with your hosts, Raul Lascano and George Martinez. You're on the clock.
Welcome to our show here, episode 12 on deck. Thank you for tuning in with us. So on today's episode 12, we have FHSAA Task Force issued an update today around high school football and high school sports here locally in the state of Florida. We're going to talk about the impact that the NFL preseason cutting 2 games is going to have on some of those bubble players. Also, on today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about Cam Newton. He's with the Patriots now. If you haven't heard, how does that impact the Patriots? Are they now a favorite in the AFC to represent the Super Bowl? Brady or Newton? So now that these guys kind of trade places, one's in the AFC, one in the NFC, who wins more games? We're going to talk about it. And then lastly, Lamar Jackson. Does he repeat as MVP? Is there anyone out there that can unseat him?
Got Kiael Kelly as well, man. This is going to be awesome, man.
You're on the clock.
How you been, brother?
Good, man. I'm excited. July 4th is just around the corner.
Yeah. It's a big weekend. We got YSR coming out this weekend too, don't we?
Yeah, YSR goes live on July 4th. Again, if you haven't checked them out, it is ysrusa.com. Make sure you write that down and check them out here on Saturday. Pretty pumped about it. So what are your plans for the 4th, man?
I am barbecuing. I love barbecuing. I'm a grill master. Anybody wants to challenge me on the grill, you're more than welcome to. And again, that's for people that don't own their own business barbecuing. That's just, we're talking strictly dads. But we're going to be barbecuing, man. Take a little trip to a vacation home here and, let the kids run wild, play in the pool, and just kind of relax, get out of Tampa a little bit and just kind of recharge our batteries. You know what I mean? We need that right now.
No, I completely agree. I think it's a great thing to do. Definitely get out, recharge the batteries, especially when you get out of town. It's always good. You get out of the area, your little bubble that you're always in. You see everybody. It's just good family time like everybody else in the house. Have a good time, play board games, get in the pool, spend some quality time with the wife.
Exactly.
So I'm sure she's looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And again, the kids too. I mean, cooped up all this whole time, and the only thing we did have was youth football and cheerleading, but now that's cut because it got pushed back because of COVID. So we're just chilling, relaxing. We're not going to do anything too much, but just going to go to vacation home, try to recharge, man. What are you guys doing? What do you guys got going on this weekend?
So for me, I actually hit up one of the dudes you know well, Robert Bayham.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Coach Bayham.
Yeah.
He actually has his own little bounce party rentals. We can rent a bounce house from him. It's called Bam's House of Bounce Party Rentals. You can find him online at bamshouseofbounce.com. Yeah. So we hit him up. He's actually bringing over a water slide for the kids. Yeah. They're going to have fun with that. They're going to enjoy that all Saturday. He comes to set it up for us, and then he'll pick it up on Sunday morning after the kids are done, hanging out with that all day. So take him out there for a few hours, let him take a nap, bring him out there for a few hours more. And I'll be grilling as well. I like to grill as well. One day we have to do a little grill show off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Between the two on the clock show.
That'd be dope, man. That's gonna be fun. I didn't even think about getting a bouncy castle, man. That'd be great for the kids, man. I know they're gonna enjoy that. I know they're gonna love it.
Yeah, they're gonna love it. I'm pretty pumped about it, man. Last time we talked about our podcast, a little bit about you working out. COVID-19. You were trying to stay COVID-19 in shape.
Jesus.
So we talked about the debacle that was.
It was horrible.
So I want to get an update from you, man. How's the workout been going? How's that regimen been establishing, hopefully now?
Well,
how's it all going? Man, I know the people want to know.
Yeah, the people want to know.
I've got some text messages asking me, how is Raul doing? They asked me, hey, good, should we send him a walker to get out off the toilet?
Yeah,
should we send it to him?
That's what I'm most happy about, is the fact that now I can go in there with confidence, knowing that I can get up on my own because I'm good to go. And again, I'm everything's fine. My face is fine. I'm good.
Recovered.
I recovered. My stomach has gotten back together. I can actually laugh without it hurting. So I'm good to go there. And I've been doing the workouts, getting up every morning. What's funny is the last podcast, man, I didn't get a chance to say this. The last podcast, we did get an email asking to come onto the show. And also, they started off with giving us advice. Because remember, we were asking about advice, help us out on the last podcast. So this person said, hey, listen, I have no problem giving advice, having other workouts. I love your show. Whatever the case is, I shout out the invite to him, said, listen, well, thank you so much for that. So what we're going to have here on the show, which is July 6th, is going to be Blue Fitness. Miss Megan, she's going to come on here. She's going to help us talk about fitness, what we got to do, regiments, all kinds of stuff, and where she does her workouts at. And it's going to be awesome, man. I can't wait to have her on the show to help us, you know what I'm saying, try to learn some kind of fitness. Because when I was in the military 15 years, you're in it, you're good to go. You're going to knock it out. Once you stop, bro, the body, my mind says, yeah, let's get up and go work out. The heart and the body's like, yo, time out. What are we doing right now? And alarms are going off in my stomach like, don't use that wheel. But
don't do it.
But no, man, everything's good, man. I'm still trying to do it. Still trying to lose. My goal is to lose 20 pounds, at least 20 pounds.
There you go.
I want to get down there. Yeah.
And for me, I'm pretty excited for it too. I got some questions for, especially around, there's a lot of myths that are out there about things that you should be doing, things you shouldn't be doing, how you can help your body. So, no, I'm definitely pumped to be talking to her.
We were talking before the show, man, that, you know, we got the FHSAA quarantine rules and things that they're doing, man. I know you're up on that, man. If you want to brief the listeners and tell them what's going on with what you read.
Yeah, man. So to give everybody an update, FHSAA created their own task force. So for those that don't know what that means, is basically they created a task force to give them recommendations and updates on what should we do in these situations. And the recommendation is coming out of the task force. And again, it has to be approved by FHSAA. Nothing's set in stone. None of that stuff has occurred yet. But the recommendation that's coming out from the task force is that all fall sports gets pushed to basically the middle of August.
Wow.
August 15th, 17th is kind of the launch date that they're kind of recommending. So what that means, what that actually means, not that's the day you can have a first game. That's the day you can actually go into pads. So right now, the way it's all set up, July 27th is acclimation day. Mm-hmm. That's the day that we get our helmets. We wear those for 5 days. Then we wear our shoulder pads for a couple days. And then we go into some light contact before we're going to, it's a ramp up period. Basically, we have 3 weeks to ramp the kids up before they play their first game. The recommendation is that period that I just described does not start till the middle of August. Now, keep in mind now, we have a game that's right now being scheduled to be played around that same time. Classics are being played that first week of school. So that takes those games out the window. It pushes it down. So the question I got for you is, do we play a full season?
I mean, and that's great, man. That's a great question. I don't know, because what is the cutoff line? Like, where will they say, okay, you know what? We're not doing this anymore. We're going to cut off the season. We can't have any more, type of games. Because like you said, it takes 3 weeks leading into it, the acclimation period. And, when I was younger, when we played football, when I was young in high school, I don't remember ever starting in July. I remember starting, I want to say around August. I want to say in the middle of August.
Around August. You usually just right in those first couple of days of August.
Yeah, we didn't get our pads and stuff until the middle. So maybe that's what they're doing. They're going back to that, and that was 15, 20 years ago. So when I think maybe they decide, okay, we're going to go that route, push the season back, because we played our championship game. Oh, man, because we played for state championship in 2001. We played, I want to say we were playing after Christmas is when we played it.
Oh, wow.
We played it after Christmas. We didn't get done before
into the new year.
Yeah, we played January 5th or 6th. It was on a Saturday. Okay. It was, and again, this is a long time ago, and I guess they figured, okay, let's not do that.
19 years for those that are counting.
Thank you, George. I appreciate that. 19 years ago. So, I mean, maybe they're doing that. I don't see them pushing it that far back, but the rumor was, you remember, the rumor that we've been hearing about coaches, and again, this is just rumors, nobody confirmed anything, was play your 5 games in your district games, and then that's it.
Yep.
Play the 5 games, get some film for the kids, let them push it out to the colleges, let them guys see that, and then that was it, which would still be, unfortunate for some kids to do, but, I mean, this whole COVID thing has changed everybody's.
It's changed the game.
Oh my gosh, it's changed everything. So I hope we, but again, I want to see what FHSAA says as far as this is the cutoff time. I know they said mid-August, but if it gets pushed back for any reason, saying, hey, you know what, now we can't start mid-August.
Yeah.
Or what's the plan after that? Because that's what you got to do. I know everybody's planning for the season, but let's have some contingency plans for after that. What are we going to do if there is what's the cutoff date? What are we going to do if we don't make this cutoff date? If the spikes increase even more? Because on the news, they're calling for more spikes. So we don't even know how this is going to transition, how it's going to work. I don't even know if youth football is going to be played. If they're pushing back high school, who knows if youth football even starts at that time?
Yeah, you got to think that now that high school, and again, it all trickles down, right? So first thing you had was the NFL cut 2 preseason games.
Yep.
Right, and they canceled the Hall of Fame game.
Yep.
So they've already, in essence, pushed their start date down a little bit.
Right.
You're seeing colleges, you're seeing universities shut down.
Yep.
for the entire fall season. So that's going to get pushed down. Now you're still getting treated in high school where now we're being pushed down, and then youth follows it. So I'd be interested in seeing the next coming days if there's anything that comes out from youth. I know TYFL announced a couple of weeks ago is already pushing it down.
Yeah.
To around the same time.
July 20th. Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see if it happens and it gets pushed down again. It's interesting to see that. So as we think about, COVID-19, you're doing these workouts. Now we have these preseason games that got cut down from 4 to 2. There's a lot of guys that are working out to try to make these roster spots.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
That are grinding, that are doing this work. How do you think the preseason games being cut down is going to affect some of these guys from being able to make the bubble? Because it always feels like there's always that Cinderella story of that guy that went undrafted, was an undrafted guy that signed on the team, and he blows up and does great. Does that guy get found this year?
I don't know, man. It's gonna be difficult because the guy you're talking about is the guys that you see on the Hard Knocks Life, on the Hard Knocks, the NFL Hard Knocks. I don't know, man, because you only got 2 games to showcase. Remember, the preseason, that third game, the starters were all in. That first game, they only play that first series. If they go 3 and out, they don't even care. They pretty much let everybody else play. The fourth game being all the guys trying to make a spot on the roster, pretty much cut or cut or stay type deal. With it being 2 games, there's a lot of pressure, not only on the players, it's going to be on the coaches to make sure that you're making the right call. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because somebody can look great in practice, but when the game comes, they shut down.
Yeah, I think it puts a lot of pressure on that scouting department, that player personnel department now to make sure they're bringing in guys that fit what they're looking to do. I'd be interested in see if the NFL, I know they increased the practice size, the practice squad limit. They increased it a little bit, so there's more guys that can be on the practice squad, which is great. Hopefully they allow us to have more guys on the active roster. Because again, you think about COVID-19 and the effect it's had so far. Guy gets COVID-19 during the season, he's out for 2 weeks.
Yep, he's gone.
You got to be able to replace him on the roster.
God forbid he doesn't get 6, 7 guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, because all these guys hang out in groups.
Yep.
So if you got a whole, usually all the big boys, all the offensive line are hanging out together, all the D-line guys are hanging out together, all the DBs are hanging out together. You get one DB that gets it, and you got 7 DBs on the roster. You could be down 7 DBs, and that's crazy to think about.
You're gonna have receivers playing both ways. You're gonna have to.
Oh man,
my boy.
Can you imagine Hill?
Oh yeah,
Tyreek Hill playing DB.
You're gonna laugh about this. Mike Fury. All right, Mike Fury, Chicago Bears wide receiver coach, good friend of the show. He sat there and had to play both ways when he was in Cleveland.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he had to play both. He had to play DB and wide receiver, and it was he had receivers asking him like, "What are you doing out here right now? What's going on?" So yeah, man, it's going to be interesting because the roster, that depth starts to trickle in because again, guys don't even have to show symptoms. They just they get test positive, they're done.
Asymptomatic. That's all it is.
Right, and think about how many people are on a sideline, bro. Think how many people, because everybody's thinking, oh, just players and coaches. There's people on there that does the communications for the coaches, the headsets.
Yep,
you got the guys that take care
of the
equipment, the trainers. There's a specialist for the radio inside the helmets of players. He's got to take care of it. Doctors that got to be on the sideline. I mean, it's a lot of people on there.
There's a lot of people. And then think about assistant coaches.
Right.
And the assistants to the assistants, because you think about the linebackers coach, he's assistant coach. He's got an assistant there also.
Yep.
So all these stuff trickles down. So how does the NFL, and this is what and I really think the NBA hopefully creates some type of blueprint on how, and again, the scale is different because you're talking about a NBA team that may have 14 active players, right? You may have 4 coaches that are on the sideline. So you're talking about max 20 people. Let's call it 20. You got a couple of trainers there, here or there.
Yeah.
Call it max 20. That's still barely, it doesn't even cover the 2 guys that start on both sides of the ball. Doesn't cover 22 guys that start on offense and defense. Then you think about special teams. You think about reserves, coaches, players. I mean, there's at least 70 guys on the sideline on the game.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that's underestimated.
Yeah.
I think that's a little lower. I think I'm a little lower on that. I think I take the over
plus,
on if 70 people.
Plus the 14 guys up in the press box. 7 on defense, 7 on offense.
That's a good point.
You got other guys up there.
How do you social distance yourself up there in the press box?
Exactly. It's a lot of freaking people, man. Shoot, the NBA also, going back to the NBA, they got players that tested positive. They're not even coming down to Orlando. So they're already down a guy. Somebody else got to pick up the slack and play those 10, 15, 20, however minutes those guys play. So now we saw your dude J.R. Smith get
signed to play with the Lakers.
If I'm LeBron, he's not coming on here. I don't care what if I'm LeBron James, he's not playing with me. I don't care.
He's there because of LeBron.
I know.
I know. The reason.
And that shows LeBron's character. He's a good guy. I'm not forgetting the finals where you screwed that up. Like, I'm not forgetting that. Like, that hurts my heart to the core. Didn't even know it's the clock. Didn't even know time. That still hurts. But that is a prime example. One of the Lakers guy, Beasley, Brantley, whatever his name was, he got COVID. He's not going to Orlando. Now they had to pick up somebody else, which is the Lakers, and I'm glad they got to do it. But man, that the sideline of an NFL sideline is more than just that team. That's a lot of freaking people on there, man. That's a lot of people. And then you got to make sure these people are social distancing, wearing their mask. They're not going out to their families. They're not going, you know what I mean? Like, that's going to be hard to do. And I don't know, man. It's going to be difficult. And especially, you got to travel. I mean, you got to travel. You got to travel.
You got to go somewhere. You still got to go coast to coast here. Some of these guys are going all over the country. I don't know how the NFL changes to have a season. Because, again, you can't do a bubble like the NBA is.
Right.
It's impossible to do.
Right.
So how do you really do it? I mean, to me, if I'm the commissioner, if I'm Roger Goodell, I am going to isolate the players in a hotel.
Right.
And they can only go from A to B. They can go from the hotel to the practice facility back to the hotel. The staff that's there gets tested daily.
Sure.
As far as the hotel staff, the facility staff, they can't see their families the entire time. You get on the plane, you go. It's a private, all the NFL teams have their own private jets at this point. They go play their game. The other teams are the same way, to try to keep and control the players and the COVID-19 as much as you can and create almost a bubble around each individual organization. That's the only way I see an NFL season being played completely without any stoppage.
I got another way for you. I'm going to put you on the clock here. You ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
What if they do say there's no NFL season where they can't travel, but they're going to still play games, but you can only play the games of the teams that are in your state, and that's it. You can't travel. Like, for instance, Dolphins aren't going to travel to New England. New England ain't going to come down here. You play who's ever in your region up there. Like, you block it off into regions. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way you could. And again, you play each other 2 or 3 times just to give us some kind of season, and then we're done by January, February, because you can't have a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? You're pretty much done.
That
sucks for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but
no, I'm excited. We get to play Jacksonville and the Dolphins. Okay, bring them on.
Bring them on. Yeah. Bring them on.
Absolutely.
And maybe the Falcons. We'll bring the Falcons down from Georgia.
Yeah, bring the Falcons.
But what I'm saying is just like a regional type deal where you're only playing these teams and that's it. That way they don't have to travel across the country.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Atlanta's got to travel to New Orleans and vice versa. Sometimes you AFC teams play an NFC team somewhere out in the Midwest. Sometimes like I think last year I saw the Chiefs play the Packers or whatever the case may be. So maybe you don't do that. Maybe you just keep them in a region to have the NFL season, to keep having the games, and then you're done.
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be an interesting take. I'm interested in seeing how that kind of plays out as we get closer and closer. So recently we had your guy, Cam Newton, finally gets signed.
Absolutely.
So I'm pumped about that. I'm a little disappointed in the contract.
Yeah.
But again, Patriots didn't have a whole lot of cap room
to
do anything. So they try to load it up with incentives. Now, they load up with incentives. The guy's getting about less than $1 million in guarantees. Yeah. So it is not a player-friendly contract.
And he's not
I know Richard Sherman.
He's not past his prime or nothing.
He's not at all. And Richard Sherman came out. He was disgusted with the contract. Again,
I agree with
each player to their own. They make their own decision, because Cam still chose to sign on a dotted line and agree to that contract. So there's a little bit of that to be said. Does Cam work out in New England?
Absolutely. I don't see why he doesn't. You got to remember years ago when Randy Moss was coming out of Oakland, Randy wasn't happy there. He vocally used to vocalize all the time. I'm not happy. I don't want to be here. But he had, remember Revis said he was a slouch or, say receiver, whatever the case is. He goes to New England, Bill Belichick and him have a conversation, and it's the best 5 years I've ever seen a wide receiver play in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? As far as catches, I mean, it was phenomenal watching Randy Moss.
Dominated the game.
Oh, my God. The game. It was phenomenal watching that time with Tom Brady and them going undefeated up until the Super Bowl, which I really thought they were going to have an undefeated season. I mean, the whole year, not just the season. The whole year, I thought they were going to have the undefeated, beat the 72 Dolphins. So I think Cam does work out there. I think he's fine. He's got Bill Belichick. It is a little bit kind of a weird relationship
A little bit.
Yeah, you got Bill Belichick.
Take a diva. He's a diva.
Almost. He doesn't like Bill Belichick doesn't like to talk at press conferences. He doesn't like to say much. And Cam was a little bit more of a extrovert. Like he's outgoing.
He likes to talk. He likes to be out there. Absolutely.
And those outfits, he comes in some crazy outfits to the games. Belichick only has 2 sweaters in his whole closet.
That's it.
That's all it. I think he has 1 pair of shorts, 1 pair of pants. I don't think he owns a freaking sports coat.
Nope.
But I mean, it's two different personalities. But I mean, it's Cam Newton, and even though they signed him for a little bit of money, which Cam deserves more, right? Because you told me that stat. Maybe you should tell the listeners. Remember that stat that you read to me about the?
Yeah. So this is the first time that a former MVP in Tom Brady, has been replaced by another former MVP in Cam Newton.
And the contract situation. Remember how much what's his name is making over there in Chicago?
Oh God,
it's insulting.
So you got Chase Daniels. So for those that don't know who Chase Daniels is, he's the number 3 quarterback on the depth chart.
Yep.
Behind Trubisky and Nick Foles on the Chicago Bears football team. He's making about 10 mil.
Is he
to
10?
Be the third string?
I think it's a little bit more. I think it's like 13.
Maybe 13. All right.
This guy's making some money. Yeah.
So Cam Newton and Jameis Winston combined make less than that.
It's insulting, man. It's insulting, bro.
I don't get it.
I don't either. It's insulting, man. That's kind of messed up, bro.
I don't get it.
You don't even come to team meetings as a third string quarterback.
You don't do anything.
Like, do you even perform? Like, do you even participate in stretches? Like when they say, "Hey, guys, get on the field to warm up," are you going out there? Like you're in the locker room.
Nope.
Yeah, you're playing dominoes. There's no.
I'm playing ping pong. Yeah. I'm playing ping pong. I'm playing dominoes.
Exactly. Pinball machine in the locker room. That's me.
I'm taking TikTok videos.
I'm making TikTok videos. Exactly. I mean, so for him to make money, that's crazy. I do think Cam works out beautifully. I know there's been a comparison out there with Cam taking Brady's spot, Brady coming down to Tampa. What's the comparison? Who wins more games? So who do you think? What happens? Do you think Cam wins more games in New England? Because I don't see him being a backup. I think Cam starts. I think Cam starts.
Cam Newton does not sign a contract to be a backup.
Heck no. Especially when you got Brian Hoyer as your quarterback challenge and freaking Stanham. Like this is a no-brainer. But does he win more games or does Tom? Who do you think?
Tom Brady.
What is the record?
Bucks go 12-4.
Wow.
Or 11-5.
Really?
I think Cam. Now, I think there's a chance they finish with the same record.
Okay.
I will say that too. I think there's a chance. I think the best New England can do, again, because you got the Bills in that division who are going to be tough.
They are. Yep.
They got to play them twice. The Patriots have a decent schedule this year. I think looking at the schedule, 10-6 with Cam, 11-5 with Cam. I think that 10-6, 11-5 depends on if they beat Buffalo twice or split the series with them. I think that's kind of where that breaks off for me. But I think the Bucks go 11-5 or 12-4.
Do you think Cam Newton can have his MVP stature season like he did in 2015?
That's the scary stuff. So the guys have a chip on their shoulder.
Absolutely.
And we've seen it before. Athletes with a chip on their shoulder that feel they got something to prove. And he's on a contract year. He's on a 1-year deal. He is playing for a 2021 season contract.
Absolutely.
I think he comes out with a vengeance. I don't know if he's considered as the MVP, but when you list your top 5, I think Cam Newton comes in there at number 6, scratching the surface at number 5 as far as candidates for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, you still got Patrick Mahomes up there, who's going to be
Lamar Jackson
MVP. Yeah, and that's another one. Do you think Lamar Jackson goes ahead and repeats MVP season? Can he?
I don't think so. So here's my take on this.
Okay.
Again, Lamar Jackson is a phenomenal athlete. Lamar Jackson is a phenomenal quarterback.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is a different dude. Patrick Mahomes is a guy that we have never seen before. And we got to see him on a national stage during the Super Bowl where all of America was like, damn, that dude is legit.
He was tough, man. He took some heavy shots.
Yeah.
God, he took some shots in that Super Bowl.
Made some throws. I mean, the way he can spin the ball, the way he can contort his body to make throws. The guy makes no-look passes. to guys.
It's amazing.
He's looking to the left, throws the ball to the right on the crosser, going from left to right. The things he can do with the football is crazy. Now, again, Lamar Jackson, very athletic and throw the ball. I want to see how Lamar Jackson takes that step now in year 3, because that was his 3rd year in the offense. How does he take that step forward now and become a better passer? Because he took amazing strides in 2019. How does he continue to do that so that teams don't say, hey, we're going to load the box with 9, throw the ball, Lamar. That's how you got to beat us.
Because that's ultimately what messed him up. Now, he was throwing the ball. He's a quarterback. He's not a running back. He's a quarterback.
Absolutely.
I love how he played. The only thing that I saw that was hindering him was against that Tennessee game was the fact that he couldn't hit that 15, 25-yard out. And those are big time plays in the NFL when you're trying to get down the field in a hurry. And that's what he needed to really work on. I think he works on it. I think he's fine. The aspect of it, you mentioned their 3rd year, teams have been watching film. Defensive coaches have time now to plan. What are they going to do? What are they going to utilize against him? I see them adjusting to him. I see that they're going to try to get, but I still think him and Mahomes. Yeah, him and Mahomes.
Guy's still a dude.
If I had to place a bet, him and Mahomes will be MVP.
Top winners for sure.
Right. If nothing happens, everything goes like planned, they're the 2 top ones, at least in the AFC, that will be MVP.
Yeah, and if I had a top 5, run 3 or 4 real quick, I think Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, I think Russell Wilson's always in conversation because that guy always finds a way.
Jesus.
That guy always finds a way to fun football games.
When we have God on your side, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell definitely
I'm gonna tell you who has a dark horse chance to win MVP this year. He's set up for success. He's in the right offense. Tom Brady, baby. I'm bringing him back on the show.
He surely does, man.
Now, I'm going to ask you this now. What do you think? Who gets more wins, Newton or Brady?
I think Newton gets more wins than Brady does. And I'm going to tell you this why.
Listen, I'm going to cut you off. I'm not even going to let you do it. I want everybody to know, On the Clock fans, we are looking for a new co-host.
Oh, man, don't do me like that. No.
Raul is about to go on vacation. If you want to sub in while he's out, shoot me an email. On the clock 20 at gmail.com. Okay, spot me over from grab. He said
I only think
he's winning against Tampa.
I think because the division's easier for him. I think that's one of the reasons why Tom was actually, and he's a great quarterback. He's the GOAT. He really is. But, man, we haven't been competitive with the Miami Dolphins, right? Even though they've lost to Miami Dolphins, they lose to them either, they lose one of the 2 games. They do. But they're, as far as dominant, you know what I'm saying? By the time Dolphins play Patriots, the Patriots already understand, we can lose this game. It's a rest game for us. Screw them. We're not really going to try that hard.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're in the playoffs. We clinch home field advantage. We're fine. Because we have to play them in December. We play them in freaking September, and we don't play them again in December, which sucks for my team. But so the Dolphins haven't been competitive. Then you got the Jets, who are starting to be competitive. Defensively are nice. You know what I'm saying?
They're still a year away. Still
about a year away offensively. Buffalo's the only one that's really, really, really tough to play against twice. And then you got some other teams in the AFC that you're going to play against. But again, I think it's set up easier for Cam Newton. I think Tom Brady has the tougher road ahead of him. He's playing tougher competition, in my opinion. That's just me. But we'll see. And again, we listened to yesterday, remember our guy Preston over at Big County Preps?
Yeah.
Man, he was talking to Spectrum Sports 360. He was talking to him about, how the sacks ratio, I think that plays a factor into it too now. You got to tell me.
And everybody talks about, the line last year and Jameis Winston and how many times he got sacked. And is our offensive line a liability when you got a statue of a quarterback? Because Tom Brady doesn't move. He's not taking off. He's not getting yards. He's not as athletic as Jameis Winston was or is. But here's the one thing that I will say. I think offensive line-wise, you're blocking for Tom Brady.
Yes.
You're blocking for a Hall of Famer. Right. A 6-time. Right. Now, I'm going to give you another stat here. I'm going to blow your mind here. A 6-time Super Bowl champion. Mm-hmm. Okay. Tom Brady has the same number of Super Bowl wins as the Buccaneer franchise has in playoff wins.
Right. Oh, that's amazing.
So if I'm an offensive lineman, I'm blocking my ass off for Tom Brady.
Yeah, but that's wrong that you block more for Tom than you did Jameis. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah. Am I going to block as hard for the guy that licked his fingers and said, let's go get a win?
You remember?
Okay. That doesn't motivate me.
The worst motivational speech in motivational history.
Motivate me.
Right up there with the butt fumble, man. That thing sucked. I remember
that doesn't even happen in youth.
Do you remember Deshaun Jackson's face when he was looking at this guy do that? He's just like, what is going on right now? Is he licking his fingers?
Listen, Deshaun Jackson went back to the bench after seeing that and texts his dudes at Philly. Said, "Can y'all come get me, please? Can y'all please come get me?
Please
I gotta get out of here.
This guy is not what I thought he was."
Licked his fingers and said we will get a win. Raul, you've coached youth football. I've coached youth football. I haven't seen it at youth football either.
I've never seen it high school anywhere.
We see some crazy people in youth football. We see some Jerry Springers in youth football.
Oh, there's a lot of those guys, a lot of them. But no, I've never seen nothing like that. I don't know. I think Tom's gonna have a great season. You guys have a great offense. I'm excited to go. That's why I really want football to happen. I really want to watch it. I'm excited for this year. If I have to wait to 2021, then so be it. But I really want it to happen this year.
Listen, the one thing I'm afraid of. Okay, and it cannot happen. What if Brady retires? We no 2020 season, and Brady decides, you know what, guys, I've lost it,
bro.
I'm not. And then he retires, and we sign the greatest quarterback of all time that never played.
Bro, Tom Brady is out here breaking COVID rules against the NFL. And remember when he was out here in Tampa at the park? And the lady kicked him out of the park to go do it. That's why he's doing it at Berkeley Prep now. He kicked him out of there. So there's no way that he's going to play. You're going to have Tom Brady. He's going to throw passes. The cannons are going to go off. You're going to have a great season with Tom Brady. You're going to get him. Either it's this year or 2021. He's going to play at least 1 year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In Tampa.
So talking about great quarterbacks, up next, we have Kiael Kelly, Gaither's own 3-star dual quarterback, one of the highest rated quarterbacks here in Florida, joins the show. You don't want to miss it. You're on the clock.
Hey, on the clock fans, listen up. This is something that's exciting that's coming to you. It's going to change youth sports. You don't want to miss this. We have YSR, Changing Youth Sports and How You Search These Teams. It's going to be launching July 4th. You don't want to miss this.
Again, save the website, ysrusa.com. You'll be able to plug in your zip code, find organizations in your local area. Also, if you're a private coach and want to get listed, visit them at ysrusa.com. They're going to be the official Yelp of youth sports. You're on the clock.
With you anyway, no, I keep getting better. You thought that I would. I'ma keep letting off. I'm a renegade. The media blitz, and I took off and shook him. Came out like a bus.
All right, so next up on the show, we have Gaither, very own quarterback, Mr. Kelly, joins the show. How you doing, Mr. Kelly? How you been?
What's going on, man?
I'm great. Great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming. I mean, this is our very first quarterback on the show, so we're excited.
First one. I'm excited.
And we had to make it. We had to make it Kiael Kelly. We had to. I mean, you've been blowing up all over the place. We literally saw the entire Team Tampa highlights when you were killing it over the weekend. So that was dope, man. That was crazy. I'm excited to have you on the show because I got 100 questions, but I'm only going to keep it to like maybe 10, maybe 10 questions, man. Because like I said, we had your partner on here, Jordan Oladokin, and man, he was like, "Yo, coach, you got to get Kelly on the show." And I was like, "Oh, absolutely, shoot him a text. How do I make this happen? I would love to have him on here, man." So I'll let you know, man. So how have you been? How's your family? Everybody okay from this pandemic? Everybody okay? Doing good?
Yeah, everybody doing well. Staying healthy, wearing a mask and stuff when we go places. My mom, she's a social worker in a nursing home, so she got to go to work every day.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so she right in it. So we all good.
And she's doing okay. She's all right.
Yes, sir.
God bless her, man. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, and shout out to your mom for doing what she does with everybody, man. That's what's up. She's taking care of people and put herself on the line there. Yeah. I know we're here in Tampa. I know we're in phase 2. So how are you guys looking out there with the squad? Were you happy to see everybody? How are your boys looking over there, Gaither?
Oh yeah, we looking real good. We can get in the weight room a little bit now, so that's always good. Before they had us strictly outside, but
strictly doing cone drills and running.
Yeah, hot out there.
Right. Our guy said the same thing. Like, thank God, no more cone drills, please. Like, we're killing us.
Doing a lot of like ladder work and stuff. So
good.
But it's always good to get everybody together. Getting that feeling back.
Absolutely.
So I'm asking this: what made you get into football?
growing up, watching my older brother play it, my father played at University of Miami.
Oh man.
Wait
Bro,
a
I was about to
minute.
lose it.
Wait a minute, Kelly. I did not know this. I did horrible stat work. I was researching. Your father played at the University of Miami?
Yeah, starting quarterback there.
What?
Oh man.
What's
Yes,
Pop's
sir.
first name, man?
Kenny.
Oh my
Kenny
God.
He knows exactly what it is.
Oh my God. Just so you know, as you get older, the brain doesn't work as well. I did not put together that your father was, oh my God, Kenny Kelly. Get the
Yes, sir.
freak out of here, man.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
my-
That's my pop.
I'm
So
having a
Raul
geek
is
moment
a
right now.
diehard Canes
Yes.
fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and
so normally
University
when
Miami
we do
should
these
pay
Zoom
me
meetings,
for
he's
how
got a
much love.
Cane background.
Oh my God,
The entire
You have-
time he's wearing
Yeah.
all of it.
Bro,
He's
you have
wearing
no-
all his Cane shirts.
you have
the hat.
no idea, Kelly. Let me.
decked out.
We're on Zoom right
There
now.
it is.
We're on Zoom right now. But I'm gonna show you something, man. Let me get this to you. I know. Then this. I hope this doesn't influence your situation. I'm not trying to influence you whatsoever. Okay, this is just me. All right, I'm not talking about nobody else. But that's awesome, man. I really didn't know that, man. God bless, man. So it's in the DNA. It's in the genes, then, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I know we said why you got in football, but so let's break down some history because me and George, again, we were talking and we were speaking with you before the show. Where did you play youth football? Because I think George might have missed an opportunity with you.
For sure.
Yeah. So early on, I started out with the Town and Country Vikings, my younger years. So that's when I first moved to Tampa. I used to live like in the Brandon Riverview area, like
Right.
Valrico.
Right.
I played with the Valrico Rams, like for flag football.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to Tampa, played with the Vikings. Then I went to Powell Patriots,
Oh,
played
wow.
there for and then finished off with the Colts.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so when you were in Pee Wee, you were probably 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably about the same time that I was coaching over with the Vikings.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
gonna have to
Yeah.
go back. I have a picture of all the years that I coached. I used to have a team picture. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it because I'm pretty confident that you were on the squad.
See, and I was on Pee Wee, and then my older brother was on Super Midgets. So
Yes.
you coached one of us.
Yeah, no, and I'm pretty sure it was you because Dewey coached Supers, Dewey Paxson. He coached a Super Midget team,
Yeah.
and then I coached the Pee Wee team.
See,
Okay.
So your older brother probably played for him, and you were on my squad.
Oh,
I had
man.
a quarterback on my team and didn't even know it.
didn't even know.
Didn't even know it.
Didn't even know you got a stud QB on the team. Oh, University of Miami graduate from his father. Like, get the boy.
So when did you make the switch to quarterback? So when did you actually start playing quarterback full time?
I told you wouldn't believe me, man. I started 9th grade year. Taking it serious.
Holy, really?
taking it serious and night? Wow.
Talking
Yeah,
about taking it
9th grade.
seriously and then
I
blowing
wanted-
up.
Because Kelly,
Yeah, I
you
wanted
got to
to
understand. You got to understand, Kelly. We see these 7, 8-year-olds trying to throw footballs and deep ball routes, and mom and pop are back there like, "Yay! Look at our little kid throwing the football." And this is what we try to tell people: you never know what you're gonna evolve
Right.
to be.
Yeah,
Let him
'cause,
play
like,
all
I
the
was
positions.
I was always like one of the bigger kids, you know. I was playing like a tight end, like a big body receiver, and I loved it. You know, I loved scoring touchdowns, but I really started realizing that I had a talent at quarterback. You know, I could read defenses, playing receiver. I'm like sitting in holes and stuff, and people were like asking where I learned this. I'm like, I just watched a lot of football, so I'm like, maybe I could really do something at the quarterback position. You know, my parents telling me I need to try it out, but I wanted to play receiver, and I got a TC. They needed a quarterback for JV. I played it. I shined, and then the rest is
I've loved it
history.
ever since.
Oh my
Yes,
God,
sir.
that's beautiful. Though. That's good storytelling right there for ESPN 30 for 30, man. You know what I mean? That's good stuff, man. Ain't no wrong with that. Hey, so I know I know you're going to be going into your senior year. Up until now, I know you're going to make probably 1,000 more great memories. But up until right now, what is a favorite high school memory that you have? And it doesn't necessarily have to be football. It can be something that you just had a great time with or whatever. What's a favorite high school memory of yours?
Definitely scoring my first touchdown.
That's nice.
It was really huge for me. You know, I played JV my freshman year, so sophomore year coming into Jesuit, you know, I didn't really know what to expect starting at quarterback at a school like Jesuit. You know, they're used to winning.
Yeah.
So getting in there, scoring my first touchdown, getting used to like everybody, the family feeling, like it just felt great.
Oh man, I remember my first one. So here's a little little something for you, Kelly. I didn't play quarterback till my sophomore year, and I wasn't even that good at it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't even good at it. The other 3 guys got hurt.
Was that bad?
They got hurt, bro. So I ended up having to play, and I remember throwing a freaking, and no lie, it was about, I want to say about 45. I'm not going to exaggerate. It's about a 45, 50-yard bomb to a guy named Gary Yarbrough back home. Him and he still has the football to this day sitting on the mantle of his house that he has. It was his first touchdown and my first touchdown. And this is how stupid we were. We signed the ball.
When you threw it?
I read it perfect. You're not gonna believe me, George. This is a true story, man. I looked over. The corner came hard to come press. I tapped my helmet. That meant when we played. Oh,
you gave him.
I gave him the signal. We're going for it up top. Screw this corner. And coach was so mad at me, man, because as I tapped my helmet, he's yelling, "No, no, don't do it!" And I still launched the damn football down the field. And Gary, it was beautiful. Gary went right by him. Gary was super fast, man. Grabbed the football. He ran it for the next 20 yards. So it's an 80-yard completion, okay, for a touchdown. But it was only in the air for about 45, 50. I won't go too crazy. So, but I remember my first touchdown, man. That's why I can relate to that, man. He still has the football. We signed it. This is how stupid we were. We signed the football because we thought there's going to be some money someday. So he still has the football, man. It's crazy.
My first one was actually a lot more easier. You know, I just threw it up to Larry. I just let him go get it. So,
well, yeah, when you have Larry, yeah,
that's not a bad. That's every player playing.
Yeah.
Where's Larry? Yeah. Oh, there he is. Let me just throw to Larry.
Oh, good. Well, then that's super simple when you got Larry.
Oh yeah, we just going up to Larry. You know, we in the red zone. That's all you got to do. Nobody gonna cover that, man. 1-on-1 in the red zone, especially in high school.
Oh, I agree with you.
That's a college kid playing high school football.
It really is. It really is.
I was a college kid playing high school football. Now, for this upcoming year, I know you guys at Gaither have lofty expectations. I know that the chip is the goal to get all to it. What are some of your personal goals that you have individually, and then some of the team goals you want to achieve this year? I know, shout out to BCP Preps. They recently tweeted out that they projected 2,700 yards for my dude, Mr. Kelly. So what do you think about the senior year, and what are your goals?
My goals, I want to be, so me and Coach Carson, head coach at Gaither, we're striving to be 10% better than what Tony Bartolo was last year. So if we push for 10%, that'll put me at 55 passing touchdowns. Hopefully, Mr. Football, a state championship green.
Yeah.
So that's probably my 3 goals right now: 55 touchdowns, Mr. Football, and a state championship.
Man, that's what's up, man. And again, being with Gaither, good program, good coaches, and knowing you and your background, I have no doubt you're gonna achieve it. And we're gonna be trying to catch up to you over at Jefferson. We're gonna be trying to help catch up, man. So that's awesome, man. Hey, real quick, we have a section here in the show that we like to do. We like to call it This and That. On This and That, man, we basically do this series of questions that you don't know. You have no idea what you're going to be asked, but we like to give these questions to the athletes. That way the coaches kind of get to know you a little bit better, and so do we, all right? So here's some of your questions, man. Don't panic. It's nothing horrible. You're not going to – Don't freak out. George is going to ask you the questions. I'm going to chime in here a little bit, but here we go, George. Hit him with that first one, man.
All right, first one here. Instagram or Snapchat?
Instagram. I like to promote myself on Instagram.
Okay.
People come after the game taking pictures. I post a picture after the game or something.
Okay, so that's awesome. Some of the other guys don't like how difficult Snapchat is.
I use both though. Snapchat.
Do you prefer Xbox or PS5?
PlayStation all the way.
Yes.
Xbox.
Yes.
Xbox.
Good.
You're being raised correctly, and that's probably because your father was at the University of Miami. That's probably
maybe
that's what it is.
Maybe it's the Miami.
Are you trying to get the PS5?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Well, that's why me and George started this radio show. We needed a second job to go get the PS5. It's $700.
Y'all might have to break me some money off so I can go get me one too.
Hey, whatever we got to do, and then shoot us your tag name. We'll play you.
Us.
Yeah, we'll play you too, man.
All right, now it's going to get a little tougher now. First one, Nike or Under Armour cleats?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Under Armour. They give out too much free stuff from me. I got these for free.
Oh man, damn.
There you go.
Those are
Yeah,
nice.
they
The
did.
drip. Oh, those are clean.
Shout out to
Yeah, they
Under
blessed.
Armour.
Under Armour blessed a lot. I got a lot of Under Armour cleats, shoes, all the
Yeah.
free.
We got to make sure to tag Under Armour right now when we post. Whenever
Yeah,
we
right.
post this, I'm gonna tag Under Armour
Give a
like,
free
thank
promo.
you. I'll wear your Under Armour shirt. It says Kelly right across it.
Yeah.
All right, now, but before the show, we were talking about songs and intros, and we told you it was going to be tough later, and it was going to put you in a tough spot. So I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you to pick
Yep.
which one is your favorite, Rod Wave, NBA YoungBoy, or Lil Baby?
Dang, why y'all doing me like that?
I told you we're gonna come back to haunt you, man. I told you.
I should have stayed quiet. I gotta go with Rod Wave.
You
Rod
plead the
Wave.
fifth now.
Rod Wave.
I'm going to give you the plead the fifth option. Okay, Rod
Nah,
Wave.
he
All
went.
right.
He went
I'm
Rod
taking Rod.
Wave.
He from St. Pete. He from St. Peter, close to home. Gotta
Yeah.
take him.
Got you,
There you
man.
go.
No wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, and these last two here, since you're a quarterback, we customize these for you being the first quarterback on the show.
Yep.
Who's your
Yeah.
favorite, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady?
I still don't like Peyton Manning for beating my boy Cam in the Super Bowl. I'm going with Tom. I still got beef with
So-
Peyton.
It's funny.
So let me ask you this now. So we just saw Cam Newton got signed by the Patriots. What do you think about that? He's your boy. What do you think about that?
And I definitely wish he could have signed for more, but we got to be grateful. You know, he got a job. It's better than nothing. People like Kaepernick don't have a job, so. But I think it'd be a good fit. You know, Belichick can develop him into what everybody wants him to be. So
Yeah, he's with the Mad
it really
Genius.
depends on how long they give him.
Well,
Hopefully they take their time with him though.
Here's your last question for this and that. The last question actually ties into that. So who do you think, man? And I'm gonna put you on the spot here. All right, this is the toughest one you're gonna get. We got Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson, or Cam Newton.
Dang.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, you're a quarterback. I gotta make you think, bro. I gotta make you think.
Let's go with Mike Vick. You know, he set the tone.
Look at you.
Everybody
My
wanna
dude.
Listen,
Everybody
man,
want to be Mike.
you are
Everybody does.
you are on your way to greatness. Let me tell you something. PlayStation, you know what I'm saying? Represent Michael Vick. I love it. That was a
Hurricane
loaded
fan.
question. That was a loaded question. They're all great athletes. They're all awesome quarterbacks. Trust me, every single one of them, you could take something from them and become your own. You know what I'm saying, Kelly? You can become your own. But I love it, man. That's awesome, man. That was our little this and that section for the show, man.
With this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that.
Man, I'm not gonna hold you up too much. I know you've been I know you've been busy. I know you've been working out. I can see that you're a little tired. You probably get an afternoon nap on right now. So I want to tell you, man, thank you so much for being the first quarterback to come onto the show. Thank you so much for taking the time. And listen, man, when you do commit and you are committing July 4th and you're done and you commit, man, come back onto the show and let's talk about where you're going. Don't tell us anything. We don't need to know. But I want you to come back on and listen. We need to talk more. Like, let's just talk all about sports. Because I can tell you're into every single thing that's going on, man. So I would love for you to come back on, man.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever. Just let me know when. You know, we can set up some.
Yeah,
I'll be on here.
absolutely. We might have to do a whole Gaither show. What do you think?
I think so.
Just bring those boys on.
Bring Jordan in.
Yeah.
Bring both Jordans in.
Yeah.
And Mr.
yeah.
Kelly, bring them all in. We'll
Bring
do a little
Ricky,
Gaither
too.
roundtable.
Bring Rick. Yeah, absolutely. Bring
Yeah.
all of them in there. You know what? We're going to do that, Kelly. We're going to set something up. We're going to have a Gaither day and just have you boys on there just talking and getting some of that atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, y'all gonna have the podcast jumping. We gonna. Hey, that's the funny. We get us all together and it's comedy. Telling you.
That's
I
perfect.
love it. We're going to set it up.
And that's what we're going to do, man. So thank you for coming on the show, all right?
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to set the tone. You know, whoever the next quarterback come on, just be ready. They're gonna ask you some tough questions on that, this or that. So, don't tell them no clues about your music, none of that. They're gonna come after you.
I appreciate it, Kelly, man. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome, man. Thank you.
What a great show, man. I really appreciate Kiael Kelly coming through, talking to us about sports. His father playing University of Miami. I had no clue, George, that was going on. So I'll do better research. I'm really excited for the young man. Really excited about July 4th, YSRUSA.com coming through, launching their website. I hope you have a great time with your family. I know I'm going to have a great time. It's going to be awesome, man.
I agree with you. I was excited to see Kiael on the show. Everybody have a happy and safe 4th of July weekend. You can find us on social media by simply searching On the Clock Radio. You can find us online by going to www.fanstreamsports.com. If you're looking for a youth organization, head over to ysrusa.com. Their site premieres this Saturday, July 4th. You're going to want to see it. Shoot us an email at ontheclock20@gmail.com. Until next time, you're on the clock.